My best friend used me for homework all year. Bro, I actually feel stupid even typing this. I didn't realize I was being used until the last week of school. So for context, me and this girl, I'll call her Kayla, have been best friends since 7th grade. We're in 10th now. Same classes, same lunch, same everything. People literally called us the twins even though we don't look alike. I've always been the smart one. Not like nerdy, but I get good grades without trying that hard. Kayla doesn't. Freshman year, she would ask for help sometimes. Can you check my answers? Can you send me what you got for number 5? Wait, how did you do that? Normal stuff. That's what friends do, right? At first it felt harmless. Then it slowly became every class. Math? Send me your homework. English? Can you just tell me what you wrote so I can reword it? History? Take a pic of your worksheet. And I did. Every time. Because that's my best friend. But here's the part that should have been my first red flag. Whenever I needed help with something, like notes I missed, she suddenly didn't have them. Or she'd say, "Girl, I didn't even do it." Which was weird, because she always turned stuff in. I just didn't think about it. Until second semester, that's when things started getting strange. One day in biology, our teacher handed back essays. I got a 94. Kayla got a 96. I was confused, because she literally asked to see mine the night before. Like she said, I just need an idea of how to start. When I compared our papers, they were almost identical. Same structure, same examples, even the same random sentence about environmental imbalance. She changed a few words. That's it. And somehow she got a higher grade. I joked about it like, "Dang, you copied me and still did better." She laughed. But it was a weird laugh. Like, not funny laugh. More like nervous. That's when I started paying attention. And once I started paying attention, I couldn't unsee it. She never did work in class. She'd scroll on her phone, talk, do her makeup. But she always had the answers by the time homework was due. Guess whose answers? Mine. And here's the part that actually hurts. One day I decided not to send her my math homework. Just to see what would happen. She texted me at 11:47 p.m. "Hey, can you send it?" I didn't respond. The next morning at school, she barely talked to me. At lunch, she sat with other people. Over homework. That's when it clicked. She wasn't mad because I ignored her. She was mad because she couldn't turn it in. And that's when I started wondering, was she ever actually my friend? Or was I just her personal answer key? But it gets worse. Because the final exams were coming up. And what she did before finals actually shocked me. Final exams were 2 weeks away. And suddenly Kayla was acting extra nice. Like suspiciously nice. She started buying me snacks before school. Saving me a seat in every class. Texting me good morning every day. Which might sound normal, but if you've ever had a fake friend, you know, when the energy shifts, it felt forced. One night she FaceTimed me. That alone was weird because she never FaceTimed unless she needed something. She goes, "Okay, so I'm literally failing math, like bad. If I don't pass this final, I'm done." I said, "Then study?" She laughed like I told a joke. "No, I will, You explain things better than the teacher." And there it was. She wanted a study session. At first I agreed. I didn't want to be that friend. So we studied for 3 hours. Except we didn't. I explained every single review packet question. She barely wrote anything down. Just kept saying, "Wait, say that again so I can type it." Type it where? I didn't ask. Big mistake. 2 days later, my phone starts blowing up during 3rd period. It's random people from our grade. "Yo, is this your Quizlet? Did you make this? Thanks for the answers, Far." I'm confused because I didn't post anything. So I click the link. It's a Quizlet titled, "Mrs. Harper Final Exam Answers 100% Correct." Made by Kayla. Guess what was in it? Every single explanation I gave her during that FaceTime. Word for word. Even the little examples I made up to help her understand. She didn't study. She recorded me. And turned it into an answer key. My stomach actually dropped. Because now it looked like I was helping cheat. And here's the worst part. The Quizlet had over 200 views in one night. Which means half the grade saw it. If a teacher found out, we'd both get in trouble. I confronted her immediately. I texted, "Why is my study stuff on a public Quizlet?" She replied, "It's not that deep. Everyone shares study guides." Study guide? No, it wasn't labeled review. It was labeled answers 100% correct. I told her to take it down. She left me on red. For 6 hours. The next day at school, she acted like nothing happened. Laughing. Talking. Even asking if I was ready to pass the final together. Together. Like this was a team effort. I told her quietly in the hallway, "If you don't delete it, I'm telling." Her whole face changed. The nice act disappeared. She said, "Tell who? You're in it too." That's when I realized something terrifying. She had screenshots. Of me sending homework. Of me explaining answers. Of everything. If she went down, she could drag me with her. And finals were in 3 days. But I didn't know yet that she had already made a bigger move. Because later that afternoon, Mrs. Harper made an announcement that made my heart stop. "Some of you will be seeing me after class about academic integrity." And she looked directly at me. When Mrs. Harper said academic integrity and looked straight at me, my chest literally tightened. Kayla didn't even look nervous. She just slowly turned her head toward me like, uh-oh. After class, 3 names were called. Mine. Kayla's. And this random guy, Marcus. We all walked up to her desk. Mrs. Harper held up her phone. I'm assuming you've seen this. It was the Quizlet. The exact one Kayla made. My voice got shaky. I didn't post that. Kayla immediately jumps in. It was just a study guide. Everyone shares study guides. Mrs. Harper zooms in on the title. Final exam answers. 100% correct? Does that sound like a study guide? Silence. Then she says something that made everything worse. Multiple students said this information came directly from you. And she pointed at me. Marcus even said, yeah, she's like the math genius. I figured she made it. I wanted to disappear. Because technically, the explanations were mine. But I didn't post them. Mrs. Harper told us she was investigating, and that we shouldn't discuss it with anyone, which is impossible in high school. By lunch, the entire grade knew, and somehow the story flipped. Instead of Kayla posted answers, it became, I made an answer key and got caught. I sat down at our usual table. Kayla wasn't there. She was sitting with the popular girls, laughing. And when I looked over, she avoided eye contact. That's when it really hit me. She wasn't panicking. Because she wasn't planning to take the fall. She was planning to let me. After school, I confronted her in the parking lot. Are you seriously letting them think I posted that? She crosses her arms. You're the one who explained it. I explained it to you, privately. She shrugs. Well, if I go down, I'm showing them every screenshot of you sending homework all year. There it was. The threat. I felt so dumb. Because I did send her answers. I did help her. Over and over. And now she had proof. But then something clicked in my head. If she had screenshots, that means she planned this. No one randomly screenshots homework for fun. She was collecting receipts. Just in case. Just in case she needed leverage. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying the whole year in my head. Every can you send it? Every I'll fail without you. Every fake you're my best friend. And I realized something. Every time I didn't respond fast enough, she'd guilt me. Wow, okay. I guess I'll just take the 0. Thought you had my back. It wasn't friendship. It was manipulation. The next morning, Mrs. Harper emailed me and Kayla separately. We both had to meet with the assistant principal. That's when I decided something. If I was going down, I wasn't going alone. And I had one thing she didn't know about. Because while she was screenshotting me, I accidentally saved something too. And what I found in my camera roll changed everything. I didn't even realize I had it at first. But at 1:12 a.m., while I was scrolling through my camera roll stressing out, I found it. A screen recording. From 2 months ago. Back when I was helping Kayla with a chemistry assignment over FaceTime. I remember recording it because I wanted to rewatch my own explanation later. But I forgot to delete it. And in that recording, Kayla literally says, okay, wait, I'm gonna post this as answers so people stop asking me. Clear as day. She even laughs after saying it. My hands were shaking. Because this wasn't just she copied me. This was proof she planned to post answers before. Proof that this wasn't new. Proof that she knew exactly what she was doing. The next day we had to meet with the assistant principal, Mr. Bennett. Kayla walked in acting calm. Too calm. Mr. Bennett starts talking about academic dishonesty policies. Suspension. Zeros. Parent meetings. Kayla immediately goes into performance mode. I didn't mean for it to be cheating. I just shared notes. Notes. I stayed quiet. Then Mr. Bennett turned to me. Did you create the Quizlet? No. Did you provide the answers? I swallowed. I explained homework to her. I didn't know she was posting it. Kayla jumps in. She literally told me what to type. That was the moment I realized she was fully blaming me. Not sharing blame. Not apologizing. Blaming me. So I said, can I show you something? And I pulled out my phone. I played the screen recording. The room went silent. You could hear her voice clearly. I'm gonna post this as answers so people stop asking me. Her face went white. Mr. Bennett asked, is that you? She tried to laugh it off. That was a joke. It didn't sound like a joke. Especially when 5 seconds later in the recording she says, wait, make sure you say that part again so I can put it exactly. Exactly. Mr. Bennett paused the video. Then he asked her the one question she couldn't dodge. Did you post the Quizlet? Silence. Then quietly, yes. And just like that, the whole story flipped. I wasn't the mastermind anymore. She was. But here's the part that surprised me. I didn't feel happy, I felt empty. Because even though I wasn't getting in serious trouble anymore, I just realized I lost my best friend. Mr. Bennett told her she'd be receiving disciplinary action and that the Quizlet needed to be deleted immediately. I got a warning for sharing work irresponsibly. Fair. But her parents were called. She got a 0 on the final, and she was removed from honors math next year. After the meeting, she tried to talk to me in the hallway. You really snitched. Snitched. That word made something in me snap. I protected myself, I said. You didn't have to show that. You didn't have to use me all year. She just stared at me. And for the first time, she didn't have anything to say. But the story doesn't end there. Because the next week at school, I found out something that made everything make sense. And it proved this wasn't just about homework. After the meeting, things at school felt weird. People were whispering. Some thought I snitched. Some thought she deserved it. Most just wanted drama. Kayla didn't sit near me anymore. Didn't text. Didn't call. It was like I never existed. At first I felt guilty, even though I knew I shouldn't. Then about a week later, Marcus, the same guy who got called into the meeting, came up to me in the hallway. Hey, can I ask you something? I said yeah. He looked awkward. So, did Kayla ever ask you to send her stuff from other classes too? My stomach dropped. Why? He hesitated. Because she used to ask me for science answers last semester. And when I stopped sending them, she told people I was weird. That's when everything clicked. It wasn't just me. I wasn't special. I wasn't her closest friend. I was just the most useful one. Later that day, another girl from my English class DM'd me. Loki, she did that to me in 9th grade. Same pattern. Be super nice. Ask for help. Get mad when you say no. Then switch on you. And suddenly I didn't feel dumb anymore. I felt manipulated. Which is different. Looking back, I started noticing things I ignored all year. She never celebrated my good grades. She'd joke like, must be nice being a tryhard. If I didn't respond fast enough, she'd post shady stuff like, fake friends are crazy. It was subtle, but it was there. The final exam week came without her. And guess what? I passed. On my own. No drama. No stress. No late night panic texts. And here's the crazy part. School felt lighter. Like I didn't realize how heavy that friendship was until it was gone. About 2 weeks before summer break, she tried one last time. She texted, are we ever gonna talk again? I stared at the message for a long time. Part of me wanted to go back to normal. Because losing a best friend hurts, even if they were toxic. But then I thought about the screenshots. The threats. The way she almost let me take the blame. And I typed, I hope you figure stuff out. But I can't be your answer key anymore. She left me on red. And that was the last time we talked. Now it's the next school year. We're in the same building. Different lives. Different tables. Sometimes I catch her looking at me. Not mad. Not sad. Just neutral. And honestly, I don't hate her. I just learned something the hard way. Not everyone who calls you their best friend actually sees you as one. Some people don't want you in their life. They want what you can do for them. And the moment you stop providing it, they disappear. So yeah, my best friend used me for homework all year. But at least I figured it out before she used me for something bigger. And that's a lesson I'll never forget.